Today, let's focus on a question that humanity has been trying to answer for thousands of years. Is there life beyond Earth? If there is, what could it be like? Have they visited us? Will we ever be able to reach them? These are the kinds of questions that keep circling in our minds, aren't they? But here's the thing we need to keep in mind. People often confuse believing in UFOs with believing that there's life in space. If you're curious about my personal opinion, I believe there is life out there. I think there's a strong possibility of finding simple life forms. This isn't just my personal belief, it's a concern shared by the scientific community as well. Claiming that extraterrestrial life exists and that they visited our planet without any concrete evidence is a very serious matter. Sometimes we hear stories about American farmers being abducted or blurry footage claiming to show aliens, but until now, there's no solid evidence that supports these claims. Naturally, the scientific community doesn't take these claims seriously. No matter how many videos you watch or how many blurry photos you believe in, we still haven't found anything that conclusively proves the existence of aliens. So why are scientists so skeptical? One of the biggest reasons is the lack of evidence, and the other is the theoretical barriers. Space is so vast that the distances involved are truly mind-boggling. For example, our fastest spacecraft, the Parker Solar Probe, reaches a speed of 532,000 kilometers per hour. That's just 0.05% of the speed of light. To reach the closest star to Earth, Alpha Centauri, it would take us over 8,900 years. 8,918 years ago, mammoths were still alive, and humans were just emerging from the Stone Age. So, with the technology we have now, traveling through space could take billions of years. Another example is that even if we were to find some trace of life around HR 6819, a black hole, it would take us 2 million years to get there. That's longer than the entire span of human evolution. So how could we possibly get to these places? Reaching light speed or even getting close to it is virtually impossible. This is why, right now, space travel at such speeds is not feasible. But there are other alternatives. For instance, solar sails and other theoretical methods might work. But we'd likely need a few more centuries to develop them. Then there are more futuristic ideas, warp drives, wormholes. But these are still purely science fiction. So why do we care so much about achieving these speeds? Because as we approach light speed, time slows down for us. If we travel at 95% of the speed of light, 1 second for us would equal 3 seconds on Earth. In a way, distances might feel shorter. But of course, the real problem is not technology, the sociological challenges. Imagine organizing a mission that lasts 75,000 years. Who would manage that? Just sending a signal would take 68,000 years. Technically and sociologically, such a mission is not feasible right now. But maybe one day, technology will advance. Maybe in the future, we'll be able to travel much farther. Space travel is all about a civilization gradually expanding. This tells us something interesting. If we detect intelligent life elsewhere in the universe, it's likely that civilization has already spread throughout its system and developed highly advanced technology. But how many intelligent beings are there in the universe? It's hard to say. Not every star system is guaranteed to have life. The universe is so vast that we only know a tiny fraction of it right now. Neil deGrasse Tyson presents a striking idea. As humans, we often see ourselves as far more central and important in the universe than we really are. But genetics paints a more humble picture. The difference between us and chimpanzees is just 1.23%. And yet, with that tiny gap, we write novels, compose symphonies, try to understand quantum physics, and even send spacecraft to other planets. Chimpanzees, on the other hand, still operate mostly on basic survival instincts. Now imagine this. If the difference between us and chimpanzees makes us feel so superior, what if there's another species that is just as far, or even farther, ahead of us? Could they see us the same way we view chimpanzees? Perhaps they find our intelligence interesting, but still consider us an immature civilization. Maybe they observe our conflicts, ambitions, and belief systems with a mix of curiosity and disbelief. Maybe we're not alone in the universe. Maybe we're already being watched, but we're just not evolved enough yet to understand it. In the end, maybe there is a way to exceed light speed. Maybe there are other civilizations out there with technologies we can't even begin to imagine. But for now, there's still not a single piece of solid evidence that proves it. If one day we discover that we are not alone in the universe, it will be more than just a scientific breakthrough. It will be an existential shift. But until that day comes, the most honest answer echoing through the vast darkness of space might simply be, we don't know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more videos on science, art, and all things that make us think.